I never imagined the quiet cul-de-sac I'd saved for 2 solid years to buy would turn into my own private nightmare. One calm Saturday morning, I stepped outside to grab the newspaper and instantly froze. Slapped right across my front door was a huge, blinding red sticker that screamed, "Violation. Unauthorized holiday decorations. Remove immediately or incur a $500 fine." But here's the problem. I hadn't put up a single string of lights, no wreath, no inflatable, not even a pumpkin. My house was completely bare. My heart started racing. Who would do this? And why target me? What I didn't realize yet was that this fake violation sticker was only the opening move from our neighborhood's infamous HOA Karen. And by the end of that week, she'd be the one pleading in front of the property manager while I watch her carefully controlled world unravel. Let me rewind for a second. My name's Alex. I'm 32, and I moved into Willow Creek Estates because it looked like the definition of peaceful. Perfect lawns, friendly waves from neighbors, kids riding bikes in circles until sunset. After renting forever, I'd finally closed on my own modest 3-bedroom place, and I was genuinely excited to have something that was mine. The HOA seemed strict, sure, but reasonable. Rules about grass height, trash cans, no loud parties after 10 p.m. Nothing outrageous. I even attended the welcome meeting and smiled politely at everyone, including Linda, the woman everyone whispered about as HOA Karen when she wasn't around. Late 50s, always dressed in a sharp blazer, clipboard permanently attached to her hand, patrolling the streets like she personally owned them. She was the HOA board president and loved reminding people she'd lived there for 22 years. I figured the best strategy was staying invisible. The first strange incident happened 2 weeks after I moved in. I got home from work and found a neon yellow note taped to my mailbox. Please trim hedges to regulation height. My hedges were literally 2 inches tall. Brand new plantings. I laughed, trimmed a microscopic amount, and moved on. Then the notes didn't stop. One warned me about an incorrect mailbox color, the exact shade installed by the builder. Another claimed my car was parked too far forward in my own driveway. Every note ended with Linda's perfectly neat cursive signature. Neighbors started quietly pulling me aside at the dog park. Just ignore her. She does this to every newcomer. I nodded, but inside, irritation was building. I followed every rule. I even measured my grass with a ruler once just to be safe. Then came that Saturday morning with the red sticker. I ripped it off my navy blue front door and watched it leave a massive sticky residue behind, right in the center like a scar. My stomach dropped. This wasn't a friendly warning anymore. This was vandalism. I rushed inside, took photos, zoomed in on every detail. It looked official. Willow Creek HOA logo, a violation number, even a QR code. But when I scanned it, the link went nowhere. Completely fake. Who the hell prints counterfeit HOA violation stickers? My hands were shaking. I texted my friend. Dude, HOA Karen just slapped a fake fine on my door for decorations I don't even have. He replied immediately. Document everything. She's done this before. Try and stay calm. I walked over to Linda's house 2 doors down. Immaculate white trim, American flag waving. Not a blade of grass out of place. I knocked, holding the crumpled sticker. She opened the door wearing pearls and that tight smile. Oh, Alex, what can I help you with? I held up the sticker. Linda, this was on my door this morning. I don't have decorations up. Can you explain this? Her eyes flicked to the sticker, then back to me. And for just a split second, her smile cracked. Well, someone reported twinkling lights in your windows last night. Rules are rules. My face burned. Linda, I work night shift sometimes. I don't even own twinkle lights. And this sticker is fake. The QR code doesn't work. She waved her hand dismissively. If you'd read the bylaws, you'd know decorations need pre-approval. Remove them or the fine stands. I stood there stunned. There were no lights. None. I'd been home all Friday night, watching shows in the dark. I turned and walked away, fuming, hearing her door click shut behind me. Back home, I spent 20 minutes scrubbing sticky residue off my door. destroying a brand new sponge. That's when I noticed something worse. While I was gone, 2 more red stickers had appeared, slapped onto my garage door. Same message, same fake authority. Then I checked my Ring camera. The footage was crystal clear. Linda creeping up my driveway at 7:03 a.m., pulling stickers from a full roll hidden in her purse, smirking as she slapped them onto my house like she was marking territory. You could even hear her whisper, "That'll teach him." My blood boiled. This wasn't about rules anymore. This was personal. That afternoon, I emailed the property management company with the photos, video, and a calm but firm message. The response came quickly. "Mr. Thompson, thank you for providing the evidence. Defacement of personal property is a serious matter. We are scheduling an emergency board review tomorrow evening. Please attend." Defacement. Emergency review. My quiet HOA drama had just exploded, and Linda had no idea what was about to hit her. Neighbors started texting me. Heard Linda's in deep trouble. One even sent a photo of her power walking down the street, face flushed red, muttering to herself. I couldn't believe it. The woman who terrorized everyone with her clipboard was finally about to taste her own medicine, and I had front row seats. But trust me, what happened at that meeting? You won't believe how far she took it. The emergency board meeting was set for 7 p.m. Tuesday in the clubhouse. I arrived 10 minutes early, USB drive in my pocket, heart pounding like it wanted to escape my chest. Half the neighborhood was already there, people who never showed up for pool votes or holiday-like contests. Tonight, the room was packed. Whispers bounced off the walls as soon as I walked in. Linda sat at the front table in her power blazer, flipping through papers like nothing was wrong. She didn't even look at me. That fake calm made my skin crawl. The property manager, Mr. Rivera, a man who looked perpetually exhausted since 2009, called the meeting to order. He got straight to the point. We are here due to a formal complaint of property defacement and harassment against board president Linda Hargrove. You could hear a pin drop. Linda's head snapped up. Rivera clicked the remote. My Ring footage filled the screen. 7:03 a.m. Linda sneaking up my driveway, peeling red stickers, pressing them onto my door and garage like a proud little art project. Gasps rippled through the room. Someone whispered behind me, "Holy crap, she actually did it." Linda jumped to her feet. This is completely out of proportion. That footage is manipulated. Everyone knows new homeowners try to play the victim. Rivera didn't blink. He opened a folder and slid glossy photos across the table. Close-ups of the glued damage on my door, the fake violation text, the dead QR code. "Mrs. Hargrove," he said evenly, "these stickers were not issued by the HOA. We confirmed with our vendor. They were custom printed too. Weeks earlier, charged directly to your personal credit card." The room fell into absolute silence. Linda's mouth opened, closed, and opened again, but no sound came out. Then Rivera lowered the hammer. Defacing private property is a misdemeanor in this county. Mr. Thompson has chosen not to pursue criminal charges at this time, but the management company is legally obligated to respond. Effective immediately, you are suspended as HOA president pending a full investigation. Linda's face drained of color, then flushed deep red. She slammed both hands on the table. "You can't do this to me. I've run this neighborhood for 22 years, and now this outsider moves in, and suddenly I'm the criminal." She pointed straight at me like I was the devil in sneakers. That's when the neighbors finally snapped. One after another, they started speaking up. Linda fined me $200 for a kiddie pool last summer. She threatened to tow my husband's work van because it had a company logo. She reported my fence to the city for being half an inch too tall. It cost me $4,000 to fix. Each story made Linda shrink a little more. I just sat there, watching the woman who'd terrorized the block turn into a trapped animal. But she wasn't finished. Not even close. She grabbed her purse, yanked out that same roll of red stickers, and waved it like it was proof. "These are warnings. I'm protecting property values." Rivera calmly took the roll from her hand, flipped it over, and held it up for everyone to see. CustomsTickersNo.com. Order hashtag LH1129. Pay by Linda M. Hargrove. Someone in the back actually laughed out loud. Linda's eyes flicked toward the exit, like she was calculating whether she could make a break for it. Then my quiet next-door neighbor, Mrs. Chun, who literally never spoke at meetings, raised her hand. "I have something to share." She held up her phone. After hearing about the stickers, I checked my own Ring footage from last month. Guess who placed a fake dog waste violation on my door at 2 a.m., even though we don't own a dog? She hit play. There was Linda again, tiptoeing through the dark, slapping a red sticker onto Mrs. Chen's door, before scurrying off like a raccoon caught in a flashlight beam. The room erupted. People shouted. Chairs scraped. Linda's hand shook so badly she dropped her purse, spilling lipstick and more red stickers across the floor. Rivera raised his voice above the chaos. "Mrs. Hargrove, you are officially removed from the board. You have 72 hours to pay for the damage to Mr. Thompson's property, or this will be turned over to the sheriff." Meeting adjourned. Linda stood frozen as the room emptied around her. Some neighbors snapped photos. Others shook my hand, apologizing like any of this had been their fault. One guy even slipped me a $20 bill and said, "For your next sponge." I thought that was the end of it. I really did. I figured she'd go home, write the check, and disappear quietly. But the next morning, my Ring camera alert went off at 5:47 a.m. Linda was back in my driveway. This time, she was holding a can of spray paint. I'm not exaggerating. She was shaking it like a maraca, lining it up with my garage door. I burst out the front door in my boxers yelling, "HOA!" She dropped the can. Neon pink paint exploded all over her white sneakers, and she bolted down the street. The camera captured every second. And trust me, when the cops showed up an hour later, you are not ready for how insane it gets. I was still standing barefoot in my driveway, staring at the fluorescent pink splatter and Linda's disappearing sneakers when my phone started blowing up. I'd accidentally posted the Ring clip to the neighborhood Facebook group in my panic. Within 20 minutes, 2 sheriff's deputies pulled up with lights flashing. Linda made it exactly 4 houses before Mrs. Chen's husband tackled her in his front yard like it was the Super Bowl. Someone filmed that too. By sunrise, the video had over 40,000 views with the caption, "HOA Karen finally meets consequences." The deputies took my statement, took the spray paint can, and took Linda away in handcuffs. She screamed the entire time that I provoked her, that I was destroying the neighborhood, that she had rights. One deputy calmly read the charges: misdemeanor criminal mischief, vandalism, and because she crossed my property line again with intent to damage, trespassing. As they loaded her into the cruiser, she locked eyes with me through the window and mouthed words I'll never forget. "This isn't over." I thought that was the climax. I really did. Lose the presidency, pay the fines, maybe move away in shame. Classic HOA Karen ending. But the twist that broke the internet came 2 days later, when the management company's forensic report hit my inbox. Turns out Linda hadn't just been terrorizing us with fake stickers. For 8 years, she'd been running a secret side hustle. Every fake violation, Christmas lights in July, noise complaints, pet fees, came with a follow-up letter offering to make the issue disappear if homeowners paid her personally in cash or Venmo. She collected over $87,000. Unreported, undeclared, all while claiming she was protecting property values. The paper trail was unreal. Screenshots of Venmo payments labeled HOA settlement. Linda H. Bank deposits the next day. Even a second set of books hidden in her cloud drive titled Willow Creek Special Assessments. The management company turned everything over to the county DA. What began as vandalism charges turned into felony theft by deception and tax evasion. The final board meeting a week later was standing room only again, but Linda wasn't there. Her husband showed up alone, looking 20 years older. He handed over a cashier's check for my door repair, a printed apology letter, and a resignation from the neighborhood entirely. They were moving to Arizona to live with his sister. Their house went on the market that afternoon, priced $90,000 below comparable homes. Someone updated the Zillow listing to read, "Motivated seller. Previous owner in legal trouble." Rivera read the apology aloud, his voice shaking slightly. "We deeply regret the harassment caused by Linda Hargrove. New oversight procedures are being implemented." Then he did something nobody expected. He handed me the ceremonial gavel. "Alex, the floor is open for nominations for interim president." Half the room started clapping before I could even process it. I declined. I'm not insane, but I did accept a seat on the new compliance committee with veto power over future violations. That night, we voted to ban custom violation stickers forever. Warnings now come on plain white paper. If you don't like it, bring it up at a meeting like a normal human being. 3 months later, I received a letter forwarded from the county jail. Inside was a single blank red sticker and a note in Linda's perfect cursive. I was only trying to keep the neighborhood perfect. "You ruined everything." She'd drawn a tiny broken heart at the bottom. I stuck it on my fridge, right next to the photo of her pink sneakers and the sheriff's incident report. Some trophies are worth keeping. So yeah, that's how one fake violation sticker turned the scariest HOA Karen in the county into a felon with an ankle monitor, and how our cul-de-sac finally learned how to breathe again. Moral of the story: never mess with a homeowner who owns Ring cameras and knows how to use an evidence folder. If you've got your own HOA nightmare, drop in the comments. I read every single one. And if you laughed, gasped, or cheered when she got tackled in Mrs. Chen's petunias, smash that like button and subscribe. Next week, I'm exposing the country club Karen who tried to ban kids from the pool. Trust me, it's even wilder than this.